Stock number 27, I think, on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, or maybe 26. I think it was 27 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Brings us to Richmond International Raceway for the running of the Toyota Care 400s. We're set for 60 laps of action here on this 3/4 mile racetrack in Richmond, Virginia. And had a various down in Darlington, last race on the tour. And let's get the starting lineup for today's running of the event as we're getting down to the nitty-gritty on this season, too, as well, in this road to the championship. So here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it is Trent Dunham, number 1, the Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Chevrolet. Still yet to win a race this season so far. Alongside of him, another also yet to win a race this season. In fact, the first 5 that qualified are winless this season, as a matter of fact. Here. Ryan Casillas alongside the number 12 Budweiser Chevrolet. Row 2, it is the number 5 Levi Garrett Chevrolet Phil Parker. One of the guys to watch here today. He's been knocking on the door of that first win. We'll see if he can get it tonight here today. He'll be alongside number 75 Valvoline Pontiac of Max Anderson. He's on the outside. Third row, we'll have Kyle Langland, 27, the Kodiak Pontiac, another guy looking for that first win, as well as Jordan Lopez, number 16, the Halpern Chevrolet, and number 16. So the top 6 that qualified still are looking for their first wins this season. Will they get it today? We'll find out. In fact, 5 of them are trying for their first ever wins. Row number 4 has Charles Sanford, one of our 3 drivers are carrying our in-car cameras, the number 30 Country Time Pontiac. And beside him, Kat Tellier, number 7, the Xerox Antifreeze Ford. She's a winner at California. Sanford, a 2-time winner. Sanford, a winner 4 times on the season so far. Johnny Gardner is the inside of the 5th row, number 35, the Folgers Decaf Chevrolet. And Dylan Pote, number 22, the Melrose High Life Buick. The 7th row will have, 6th row will have Emmanuel Harden, the Daytona 500 champion, number 83, the Windhammer Oldsmobile, and Ashlyn Boyd, who won the other Daytona race, the Pepsi 400, along with the race in New Hampshire. He's in the 55 Copenhagen Chevrolet. Then next row down, we'll have Becca Tellier, number 21, the Hodgson Ford, winner this season at Darlington, the spring race at Darlington, that is. And Cole Deaver, number 3, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet, is on the outside. That completes row number 7. The 8th row have Jessica Shelton, a 5-time winner so far this season, a number 9 Coors Melling Ford. That's an 82 Ford with an 84 paint scheme, by the way. And she is also the points leader coming into this race after her win at the Southern 500. Next, alongside of her will be Chelsea Bolson, the Superior Contracting Chevrolet, car number 74. Jess, by the way, has our second in-car camera. The 9th row will have Jonathan Zorlin, number 88, the Gatorade Buick, and another Buick, the Miller American Buick, number 8 of Patrick Smith. He won at Dover this season. The 10th row will have Josh Losborn, number 25, the Folgers Chevrolet, 2-time winner this season. He won at Martinsville, and he also won at Watkins Glen this season. And he'll be alongside the Wicker State Buick, car number 26 of Quentin Moore. Next row down, we'll have the 600 winner Charlotte here. 600 Charlotte winner this season. Zachary Fitzwater and getting a Skull Bandit Buick, car number 33. And Alexander Rowe, number 51, the Valvoline Oldsmobile. Next row down, we'll have Michael Whitman, car number 6, the Strolight Ford. And he'll be alongside the Talladega winner Mike Becker and the STP Buick, car number 42. Next row down, we'll have Seth Cole, another who is still looking for that first win of the season, number 52, the Folgers Chevrolet. He's the 3rd Folgers car in the field. And the night race at Bristol winner, Dylan Young, the Pepsi Croker Chevrolet, car number 2. Next one down, we'll have Paul Vinnick, number 44, the Piedmont Airlines Chevrolet. And the Brickyard 400 champion, Jason Haywood, the Motorcraft Ford, car number 15. Next one down has Jesse Turner, number 13, the CTE Ford, and he'll be alongside Keith Batson, 2-time winner this season, the Texas Haviland Ford, car number 28. Next row down has Joshua Sekoulian, the 47 Race Hill Farms Buick. And our 3rd in-car camera belonging to Kev Scherer, number 71, the Buckstove Hudson Oldsmobile. Then it's Ryan George of Rockingham winner, the 17 Tide Chevrolet, and the 50 and 11 Budweiser Chevrolet of Zach Winkle. Next row down has Kyle Matthews, 2-time winner this season at Michigan and North Wilkesboro, and the Hardy Oldsmobile car number 29. And beside him,
ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
The King Richard Petty, everybody, doing the command. Alongside of Matthews will be the number 4 Kodak Film Oldsmobile of William Brock. He's on the outside. Next row down has the number 90 Red Baron Frozen Pizza Ford of Ryan Winters, and Zed Weinstein in the number 70 Rumple Furniture AC Spark Plugs Pontiac. And in the final row, I have Joshua Collard in another Pontiac, the STP Pontiac number 43, and Tony Newman, number 14, the Gilmore Copenhagen Oldsmobile. So, the points right now looking like a runaway right now for Jessica Sheldon. She's the points that are coming into this race after her win at the Southern 500. She has well over 100+ point lead on Charles Sandberg. Sandberg looking to close that lead significantly for to keep a shot at the championship. Green flag waves and the Toyota Care 400 is underway. And all problems already. Kyle Langland in number 27 got turned around. Everybody else doing pretty good so far. I can't believe his first lap. And Ryan George really loose at number 17, right in front of the rest of the field. And that didn't last long. Turn 2, usually Calamity Corner at Richmond. And Kyle Langland, who qualified so very well, qualified 5th in the race, and then gets spun out on the very first lap. So that's right for Kyle Langland. If it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have any. And it was another Pontiac that spun him that was in the form of Charles Sanford, number 30, that spun Langland around. See what happened, come off the second turn. Just gives him a little bit of a tap in that 27 machine and backs it into the wall. And like I said, a disappointing season for Langland so far, who has had some good runs, but those have been, unfortunately for him, few and far between for the 27 team. And he is still in the race right now, but running in last position. So we didn't even get one lap in the books until the yellow flag flies. So let's try this again here, Richmond. As you look at the overhead shot right there, Trent Dunham, as he will lead him down to the green flag. Phil Parker is second. Third is Ryan Kazee. Fourth position is Jordan Lopez. And fifth is Max Anderson. And here comes Phil Parker looking for the lead in number 5. And he's going to get it in turn number 1. So Phil Parker, number 5, the Levi Garrett Chevrolet, looking for that first ever career victory in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Jumps to the front over one of the veterans in Trent Dunham, driving for Sega Motorsports. He's in second position right now. And here, but it may not be for long, because here comes Ryan Kazee, number 12, to the inside lane. And he'll sneak in the spot. He'll take second position away. Jordan Lopez now in fourth position. Good run for him so far in the number 16 Chevrolet. It's the oldest car in the field, a 1981 Monte Carlo he's driving. And Kazee looking for the lead. Number 12, the Budweiser Chevrolet. He goes inside of Parker now for the number 1 position. He's going to get it. So positions changing rapidly here today at Richmond. And Kat Tellier came in this race third place in the points chase. She is in 5th position right now. Becca Tellier, the winner of Darlington, runs in 6th position. And we are unfortunately under yellow for the second time here. And it looks like Ashlyn Boyd. No, that's not Ashlyn Boyd. That's 51 of Alexander Rowe that has spun. In number 51, Valvoline Oldsmobile. It was a multi-car pileup deal that happened. See what happened in replay. They came out the 4th corner. Rowe was trying to go up underneath Paul Minnick for position. And they come down and something happened in front of something happened in front of him. It was Dylan Potey and Zachary Fitzwater that spun. Let's see what happened. Come off the 4th corner. Potey gets turned by Ashlyn Boyd in a 55 car, and then he gets into Fitzwater. Now the cars we were talking about is right in front of us. Yep. Rowe slams right into Potey's car, and then the cars on the top of the screen had nowhere to go. Osborne's in it. Quentin Moore in 26 is in it. Chelsea Bowles in the 74's in it. Sakuli in 47's in it. And I saw Mike Becker in the 42 car get into it as well. Some cars getting down in the apron on the track there and doing a rather good job avoiding the mess, but. And I saw that Zach Winkle was on pit road. I don't know what his deal was all about, neither, in the 11 machine. I mean, look at that here, and I think I saw that he and Kyle Matthews were both on pit road as well. Having to come off the second turn here, and I don't know if Matthews and Winkle both had a problem or what, but yeah, they just somehow inexplicably turned right into pit road. Matthews, Tony Newman, and Zach Winkle. I don't know if they were short pitting or what. Okay, that was a weird set of circumstances right there that happened under yellow. Well, unfortunately for Matthews, Winkle, and Tony Newman, that caught all three of them a lap down, and now trying to get it back on the lead lap. And Matthews came in this race in the top 10 in the point standing, so that's going to hurt him a little bit if he has a bad run here today. Alexander Rowe, Mike Becker, and Dylan Potier are the three cars out of the race here. The lead is now being held by the 12 of Ryan Kazee, who is up front here. He, Jordan Lopez, and Phil Parker are all looking for their first career victories in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, trying to see if they can get it tonight here at Richmond. Now let's keep an eye right there. Matthews now back up front, and it can be a break for him if we can get a caution. And at Richmond, that's not hard to do. Tony Newman trying to get back on the lap. He does so. Winkle trying to do so. He does so. And here comes the bad news for Ryan Kazee, because the next car in line is the second place car of Kat Tellier. She goes to the inside here, and the three ladies are now hooked up right there. Kat Tellier, Becca Tellier, and don't look now, but here comes that number 9, Jessica Shelton, the championship leader of this series. On board with Shelton as she now rides in 4th. They're the third and fourth turns they come. Tony Newman now being put a lap down again. And now it's three of the ladies in the front three spots here. Kat Tellier, Becca Tellier, and Jessica Shelton, the number first, second, and third. And Max Anderson with a superb run right now, running in 4th position at 75 car. Zorlin right now runs in 5th position in 88. The Gatorade Buick. And Kazee dropped to 6th here, but he's going to drop to 7th now, because here comes Charles Sanford, number 30. He'll take the spot away, and that's for 6th. And he's got the 3 of Cole Bieber behind him here, as he gives the Dale Earnhardt cars quite a good ride, and the Tellier's now battling for the lead. Becca in the 21, Kat in the 7. Zach Winkle and Kyle Matthews saying, come on, battle back there. Let's see if we can take off and try to stay on the lead lap if we can get a yellow flag here. But Kat Tellier gets loose here. Now it's Becca Tellier to the number 1 spot, and Shelton the 2nd. An 81 Ford out front and an 82 Ford out in 2nd position. Actually, an 82 Ford with an 84 paint scheme. But anyway, Shelton, you remember, won the first race we had here at Richmond this season, and she had the dominant car the whole day. And it's looking like she brought the same setup with her. And here she comes to the inside looking for that number 1 spot, trying to get those 5 bonus points for leading a lap here as they go through the first and second turns again. And she'll get that number 1 spot, or tries to at least. And she'll dip underneath Becca Tellier, and Tellier fighting back on the outside of the racetrack here. Now look for the number 1 spot again, and Jess does get those 5 bonus points. for leading a lap. She has so far run away with the points so far here in this mid stages of the season. She hopes to finish strong in the last half of the 10 races of the season. With the next race on the turn, actually, it's one of her worst tracks, which is Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, and she would love to reverse her fortunes at that racetrack here. Becca Taylor's in second position. Charles Sanford now moving into the third position at number 30. Riding with Sanford at the moment. He's in second place in the points coming in. He is a four-time winner this season so far. His wins came at Las Vegas, Atlanta, Riverside on the road course, and at Pocono. And Becca Taylor looking for the number one position now on Jessica Shelton as they go to the first, third, and fourth turns now. And Taylor will have the lead by about a half a car length. A pair of red and white Fords as we look at the copter cam, and now Charles Sanford closing in on Shelton for second. See the top five running almost all together. Emmanuel Hartnett right now is taking sixth position away in 83. There he is, Hartnett, and he's got the night race at Bristol winner Dylan Young. Out behind him, Patrick Smith there in the 8th car, runs in 8th position. Michael Whitman running in 9th, another strong one for the Strolite Ford. And Cole Deaver running in 10th position at number 3 as they go down to the first and second turns again. Ashlyn Boyd now trying to take 10th position away from Deaver as they go off in the second turn. He has a good buyout in turn number 3, excuse me. And moving up to the field nicely is the 4-car William Brock, and that car's going to be a Chevrolet next season when we go to the 1996 car set for the the original Cut mod. Paul Minnick inside of Deaver for position as Deaver is now up on the high side, starting to slip backwards. Impressive that the two cars on the it's been able to stay on the tail end of the lead lap since the green flag fell. Zach Winkle in the 11 and Kyle Matthews in 29. And so look at the back of the field here, damaged up on the 26 car of Quentin Moore in the Quaker State Buick, taking a beating here after that last crash we had under yellow. That caught probably the second yellow flag of the day. Joshua Collard running in 33rd position. 32nd is Kyle Langland. Joshua Osborne going inside of Jason Haywood. Haywood, the Brickyard 400 champ. Osborne, the two-time champ so far this season. As we said, at Martinsville and at Watkins Glen. Chelsea Bowles running in 29th. 28th is Ryan George. 27th is Seth Cole, the president of the NNSCRA, looking to move up a few more notches to try to get a good run here. Tony Newman's in 37th position right now. Trent Dunham, who's the pole sitter, has dropped to 26th in the field. Riding with Kev Shear right now in the 71 car. Shear right now running in 24th position. And got a gaggle of cars just up ahead of Shear at the moment. And going way high on the track is Phil Parker in number 5. There he is. Jordan Lopez going up underneath him and gets past him. That's 21st position. He's taken away from Parker. Zed Weinstein running in 20th position right now. Make that 19th as Zachary Fitzwater's now gotten loose and he goes to the high side of the track. Johnny Gardner underneath the 88 of Jonathan Zorlin. And he'll get by Zorlin and may get by Jesse Turner as well in the 13 car. So that should be about 17th or 18th spot that Gardner's going to take, and he's going to get Zed Weinstein behind him in the 70 machine. That's 16th that Gardner's taken, but he'll be dropping down to 17th as Weinstein gets a good bite through the first and second turns here, and he'll take position away. Ryan Kazee running 15th. He led some laps early in the event. Keith Batson, a solid run so far in 14th position, an avid short tracker from his native state of Maine. And he is trying to get up underneath close up on the three car of Cole Deaver. Deaver's 13th, Minicus 12th, 11th is Hartnett. Battle for 10th between Ashlyn Boyd and William Brock. Boyd now drops to 10th, Brock up to 9th at the moment in the Kodak Film Oldsmobile. Running 8th is car number 8, Patrick Smith, as he tries to take 7th away from Michael Whitman. Dylan Young in 6th. 5th is Max Anderson, a solid day for the 75 team. Cat Tellier in 4th. Shelton's now dropped to 3rd. And Charles Sanders in 2nd position as they have now lapped Zach Winkle. And Kyle Matthews trying to get away from Becca Tellier, who's the leader of the event right now, as we're now coming up on 20 laps to go here at Richmond. Kyle probably right now saying, come on, son, my guys, wreck, please. Becca Tellier, who, as we said, won the first Darlington race of the season back early on in the season at Darlington Raceway, I should say, the spring race. And she won that race, I think, on either a final lap pass or a 2-to-go pass. I don't know whichever, and the woman who won the second Darlington race is the second place driver right now, Jessica Shelton. And she also has wins this season at the first Pocono race. She also won at this very track at Richmond, the first race at Richmond this season. She also won at Texas and at Bristol this season. The first race the day race at Bristol, I should say. And she'll tell you that's one of her worst tracks too. So maybe Atlanta could be good to her as well, possibly. We'll see. But Darlington is her home track, and she got a win there. It was her second Southern 500 win in a row when she dominated the last part of that race and won it. Kyle Matthews, meanwhile, is now trapped up behind Quentin Moore as he tries to get position away from the Quaker State Buick. And here comes Matthews to the inside for position, and he'll take position away. Gives Quentin maybe a little side bump on the air and to the already damaged Quaker State Buick. Not been a good season for Quentin Moore, I will say that for sure. So he would love to get a turn his program around and get some out of it in the last few races of the season. But right now we have 15 laps to go, and Becca Tellier now caught up behind Quentin Moore in a 26 machine. Zach Winkle closing up, and now Shelton and Charles Samper trying to battle for the second position now. As Tellier's now pulled ahead to a almost 2.5 lead. Make that almost 1.25 seconds now. Off the fourth corner they come here. Becca Tellier crosses the stripe to complete another lap, and that is 47 on the board, 13 to go. Riding with Charles Sanford, number 30. Looks to the high side now, nothing there. Shelton pulls away from him. Now riding in Jessica Shelton's car. She was 1.2 seconds behind the last time by. Now it's 95 hundredths of a second the last time by. So Shelton running very strong here as she's trying to close in this last. It'll be 10 laps to go here. Now you're looking from the back of Shelton's car to the front of Charles Samper and Cat Tellier. That's third and fourth on the screen right there. 10 laps to go, and it's now just about a full second between first and second place. Becca Tellier completes now the 51st lap. 9 laps to go. Interval still the same, about a full second. Shelton trying to find a way around Zach Winkle in the 11 car. But meantime, Kyle Matthews could hold Tellier up possibly, and actually Tellier hoping Matthews does not hold her up. That's what I'm trying to say here, because if he does, that's going to allow Shelton to pull right up on the back bumper of that 21 car. And let's see what the interval is this time by here as they come off the fourth corner. It was 107 the last time by, and it's still, well, now I was going to say still 107, but it's now 9800ths now. So it's less than a second now here, but the laps are clicking off. We're just down to 6 laps to go this time by. And it's now more than 3/4 of a second now between the first and second place cars. In the third turn they go now. Zach Winkle, I'm impressed with how his car's been running. If it wasn't for that going down pit road problem, Winkle and Matthews could be part of a great battle we could be having. Could be part of this great battle for the lead and possibly for the win here. If it wasn't for the problems that the 29 and the 11 have both had. Off the fourth corner now, though, that completes lap number 56. 4 laps to go. Tellier still out in front now. 3 laps to go. Shelton still remains second and still about a second back. Cat Tellier in third position. Stanford running in fourth. Fifth is now Dylan Young. Then Boyd, Anderson, Brock, Whitman, and Hartnett, the top 10 in this race here as they come down for 2 laps to go for Becca Tellier in car number 21, the Hodgdon Ford 1981 Thunderbird she's driving. I should say, actually, I should say it's an 82 Thunderbird she's driving, excuse me. Into the third turn, Shelton has finally cleared Zach Winkle, but it may be just a little too late for the 19 to try to make any charge. On the 21, the white flag is out for car number 21, Becca Tellier. She, as we said, won the spring race at Darlington this season. And is looking pretty good as she goes to the third turn now as KAB Enterprises gets yet another win this season off the fourth corner. It'll be Becca Tellier winning the Toyota Care 400 here at Richmond. So the KAB Enterprises team wins yet another race this season. In fact, they had a pretty good day, first and third for the KAB cars there. Becca Tellier winning the race. Jessica Shelton in for second. Third will go to Cat Tellier. Charles Samper, a good day for fourth, but bad news for him. Loses more points to the 9 team. So, unfortunate though. A good run for Samper, but unfortunate for him that he has to again finish behind the 9 car. Fifth will go to Dylan Young. Sixth place will go to Ashlyn Boyd. Max Anderson, a solid 7th for him. William Brock will come home 8th. 9th will go to Michael Whitman. And 10th to Emmanuel Hartnett. So 27 races are in the books here in the season here. Becca Tellier is the winner of the day here, her second victory of the season. And as we go to the rest of the finishing order here, no, only 2 caution flags. A rather smooth Richmond race, I will say it for sure. 11th place will go to Paul Minnick, Patrick Smith 12th, Ryan Kazee 13th, Keith Batson 14th, Jordan Lopez 15th after starting well up in the field. Cole Deaver 16th. 17th will go to Joshua Sakuli. Said Weinstein 18th. Kev Shearer strong 19th. And Jesse Turner will finish the race in 20th. 21st on down, Seth Cole will come home 21st. Chelsea Bowles, Trent Dunham, Phil Parker, who started up in third position, drops to 24th. Dunham, by the way, is the pole sitter who finishes 23rd. Jason Haywood, 25th. 26th will go to Johnny Gardner. Ryan Winters, 27th. 28th will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Kyle Langland, 29th. And 30th to Joshua Osborne. Ryan George was 31st. 32nd position will go to Joshua Collard. Jonathan Zorlin, 33rd. And Kyle Matthews hangs on to finish the last currently lap in 34th. Zach Winkle, Tony Newman, and Quentin Moore were the last cars that finished in the race here today, with Winkle 35th, Newman 36th, and Moore 37th. 3 cars that are out of the race here. Alexander Rowe, Mike Becker, and Dylan Poteet were the 3 cars that were finished out of the race because of that massive crash we had to cause caution number 2 to fly. But average speed of 101.212 miles per hour. Becca Tellier gets her second victory of the season, and I think it is the 6th win this season for KAB Enterprises. That's the team of Keith Batson's, and all 4 of the cars have won. Becca Tellier, Kat Tellier, each with Becca Tellier with 2 victories, Kat Tellier with 1 win, Jason Haywood with 1 win, and Keith Batson, the boss himself, with 2 wins. And so, Susan, so they are running. So they're a massive. So they look like a massive threat as far as teams are concerned. But anyway, so that will do it today at Richmond International Raceway. As we'll go to Darlington. We already been to Darlington. Bleh. We will go to Dover next race on the tour for the running of the Tax Slayer 400 as we'll head to the Monster Mile next on the tour. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We have everything on this channel. We got NR races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires, and be sure to check out Seth's online. Be sure to check out Seth's offline series as well. Be sure to check out his Pizza Hut X series, Tax Slayer Truck series, and the Hershey's Cup series. Be sure to check those races out. You will not regret it, and I guarantee his races are a whole heck of a lot better than mine. And be sure to like the page on Facebook as well, become part of the team, and check out what we got on this. Check out what they got on this page as well. So with all that said, we'll go. That'll do it today at Richmond. Here again, congratulations to Becca Tellier, the winner of the season, and the Toyota Care 400 at Richmond International Raceway. And for now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.